Seems like just about everyone's beyond thrilled about Sephiroth joining the Smash Ultimate roster, including that creepy guy from the gas station Shirley who looks just like Hulk Hogan, but somehow, someway, there always seems to be people who find a reason to complain about Smash Ultimate DLC, this time with the Kingdom Hearts fanbase, simply because Sephiroth's not the Square Enix character that they wanted, Sora. And if you ask me, I think it's pretty ridiculous to complain about this, because as much as some people might want Sora in the game, adding him is a lot more complicated than Sephiroth, so sit back in your cheapest stool, press the subscribe button if you like games, goofs, and or glory, and allow me, YouTube's third tallest man, Cameron all one word, to tell you why you shouldn't complain about Sora being snubbed for Sephiroth in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Alright, so according to fan polls from Uzbekistan all the way to Hong Kong, Connecticut, Sora from Kingdom Hearts is pretty much at the top of every list in regards to which character should join Smash Ultimate, and far be it from me to try and tell anybody that that character doesn't deserve a spot, especially when it seems like pretty much anything's possible in Smash these days, but given the fact that he's jointly owned by Disney as opposed to just Square Enix, adding him into the game's probably way more complicated and less rewarding than Sephiroth. The only rule with the Smash Bros. Franchise seems to be that nothing's off limits as long as it originated from a video game, which Sora definitely qualifies for, no doubt, but since Disney characters are such a big part of the Kingdom Hearts games, there's a lot that have to be left out in a Smash induction.
Yeah, well, Dracula called and he's coming over tonight for you, and I said okay.
If I'm being 100% fair though, Dracula also didn't originate in video games and he's still in Smash Ultimate, albeit not as a playable fighter, but Dracula's been in the public domain for like a billion years, meaning that anyone could create their own version of this character. And the version that appears in Smash is not Bram Stoker's Dracula, but rather the Dracula who originated in Castlevania. So if Disney's gonna keep extending the public domain for Mickey Mouse every few years, then it looks like there's not gonna be a new version of that character anytime soon. Let's not forget about the people who like to pretend that officially debuting in an anime before a video game makes one an anime character, even when the whole reason for the anime in the first place was to promote a video game. But by that logic, appearing in a TV commercial for a video game makes one a TV character, so suck my winky, Lucario's 100% for sure a gaming character, no questions asked. As far as Dr. Kamoshida from the Brain Age games goes though, well, he probably shouldn't be in Smash Bros. If I'm being honest. Although, to be fair, the guy's entire fame's based on his appearance in video games, so it's not like I could say that his assist trophy's jumping the shark nearly as much as a Disney character would. He is definitely pushing it, though. And sure, you could add Sora and just leave all the non-video gaming stuff out, but if Nintendo did that, then I'm sure there'd be assloads of more casual Kingdom Hearts fans who'd still complain over the lack of Disney characters. I know that the Kingdom Hearts fans who also play Smash Bros. Know the deal and would totally understand, but forget about the people in the YouTube gaming community for a second and try to imagine how many casuals play Kingdom Hearts, because I know a lot of them, and I'm certain that if I showed them Sora DLC in Smash, the first thing they'd say is, hey, where's all the Disney characters? And then I'd have to explain the whole situation, and then they would just say, oh, that sucks. And then they'd just lose all interest, I'm sure. That doesn't mean that Sora joining Smash wouldn't be cool, and I'm not even saying that it's never gonna happen, but if I'm Nintendo at the Square Enix intellectual property garage sale, then I'm choosing Sephiroth and Hero over Sora 10 times out of 10. Sure, it's less exciting to get a character from a game that's already represented in Smash to begin with, but I've always thought that Smash Bros. Needed more third-party villains, and besides, Cloud's literally the worst character in Smash Ultimate anyway as far as extras are concerned, with only 2 friggin' songs and no characters to represent spirits or assist trophies or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, he plays great, and he's one of my personal favorites to use given how much I love Final Fantasy VII, but I've always thought it was kinda lame that there weren't more songs copy and pasted over from the original game, since, after all, they were just MIDI files, and as we all know, the file sizes of those are even smaller than my crumb of a peepee. So even though all these extras should have just been included in the first place, I'm just glad that Sephiroth's gonna be bringing the goodies that Cloud failed to deliver. I'm pretty sure that Sora would yield greater results than pretty much anybody he could add to Smash Ultimate at this point, but getting him into the fold would probably cost more in the long run and overall not be as worth doing compared to everyone else who made the cut. I mean, Square Enix has been known to be quite stingy in the past, but given how many characters they have in Smash, I think it's safe to say that they've got a pretty good relationship with Nintendo, but Disney, on the other hand, would be quite the wild card when it comes to something like this. True, there have been plenty of Disney games on Nintendo consoles throughout history, and it seems like they've been pretty reasonable with developers when it comes to re-releasing their older games on modern consoles, but I think that's more along the lines of them not wanting to leave money on the table than it is them not wanting to be dicks. And even if they weren't dicks to Nintendo right off the bat, who's to say that they wouldn't be down the line? When I say dicks, I'm not talking about that nice young lad Harris Richard Whitley who works down at Whitley's Heatin' and Coolin'. I mean that Disney can be flat out wieners sometimes. Man, most developers are probably honored for their characters to join Smash, and even beyond that, simply joining the roster could work wonders for a franchise, but Disney, on the other hand, is 10 times bigger than Nintendo and doesn't need them in any way, shape, or form. So what if Sora gets in relatively easy now, but then Disney gets outrageous with their demands for Sora to return in future games? If so, then there's probably never going to be another game like Ultimate again where everyone returns, and what if one of the conditions for Sora joining Smash is that other Disney characters have to be licensed as well? After all, Disney doesn't give a monkey's nutsack about Sora, and if you don't believe me, then go to any Disney store on the planet and try to find some Kingdom Hearts merchandise. Granted, the IP is co-owned by Square Enix, but it almost feels like Disney's embarrassed of Kingdom Hearts or something. I know that there are some weirdos out there who think it'd be cool for Disney characters to join Smash, but most Smash fans, including myself, would agree that if even one tiny Disney musical jingle or a character's shadow appears in the background for just 1 second, then so much of the magic behind Smash Bros. Instantly goes out the window. Don't get me wrong, I love Disney, but what starts as a Mickey or Goofy cameo today would probably snowball into Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland in the future, so I think it's extraordinarily important not to cross that line. Speaking of Spider-Man though, remember the time that Disney and Sony got into a fight over the rights to the movies? Granted, Sony really shouldn't own the rights to Spider-Man in the first place, but at the end of the day they do, and Disney just couldn't play well with others, so I don't believe for 1 second that they get along just fine with Nintendo over one of their biggest franchises, whereas Square Enix by themselves on the other hand though would be a hell of a lot easier to deal with, hence Cloud, Hero, and Sephiroth being in Smash instead of Sora. And look, I'm absolutely certain that Nintendo's well aware of the fact that fans want Sora, probably more so than any other character at this point, but when there's still plenty of other characters that bring almost as much to Smash for like 1/20th of the hassle, then I don't blame Nintendo for scoring characters like Hero, Cloud, and Sephiroth from Square Enix if it means they avoid dealing with Disney, especially since a good chunk of the Kingdom Hearts fanbase would probably still complain over the lack of a Disney presence anyway, and if there's any non-gaming Disney presence whatsoever, then it kinda kills Smash Bros, so Nintendo really just can't win when it comes to Sora and Smash. But if you're still gonna complain about Kingdom Hearts not being in Smash Bros though, then just remember that Cloud and Sephiroth are technically characters in that franchise as well. So there you go, Kingdom Hearts is in Smash Bros after all.
What the hell happened? Unbelievable, cause. Son of a bitch.
But anyway, let me know what you think about Sephiroth making it into Smash Bros before Sora in the comments below, and as always, my malnourished ass will try my goddamnedest to respond to everybody at some point. If you liked this video though, then you might like my video about why Goku from Dragon Ball would ruin Smash Bros to get a better idea of what Disney characters could possibly lead to, but if you'll excuse me, I've gotta go fire my stepdad's bodyguard to cut some costs around here. Later.
So I want to say thank you to your loyalty, thank you for your support.